At 75 years old, most rock legends are long retired or comfortably coasting on nostalgia tours. But not this one. In a move that shocked fans and critics alike, the iconic frontman of one of rock's most influential bands has just released a staggering 83 previously unheard tracks, each one pulled from the archives and polished for a brand new compilation that spans 5 decades of musical evolution. The release, which dropped unexpectedly at midnight, isn't just a greatest hits remix or a rehashed collection of B-sides. This is a full on musical time capsule, hours of unheard demos, full band sessions, acoustic versions, and forgotten masterpieces that never made it onto official albums. Some tracks were shelved during the height of the band's fame due to creative disagreements, others were recorded during quiet periods of reflection, and many were simply lost to time until now. Fans were quick to react. Within minutes of the drop, social media exploded with excitement, disbelief, and a flood of emotional tributes. Longtime followers of the rocker have been waiting for years for something new, often settling for remastered editions and occasional live releases. This, however, is different. This is a treasure trove of raw, untouched emotion and experimental brilliance. Among the most buzzed about tracks is a 12-minute psychedelic journey reportedly recorded in 1972, during what many considered to be the artist's creative peak. There's also an acoustic ballad from the early 80s that paints a vulnerable picture of the legend's personal struggles, featuring lyrics that fans say rival the emotional intensity of his most beloved classics. One track even includes studio banter between the bandmates, a rare and candid glimpse into the chemistry that powered their success. What makes this release even more extraordinary is that it wasn't teased in interviews or hinted at in cryptic tweets. It was quietly prepared over the past 2 years with the help of a close knit team of archivists, sound engineers, and trusted collaborators. The project remained under tight wraps until the very moment it went live, an old school surprise in an era dominated by leaks and spoilers. The artist himself broke the news in a heartfelt post on his official website, simply writing, "This music waited long enough. I think it's time you heard it." That sentence alone sparked waves of appreciation, especially among fans who have followed every phase of his career, from the high octane rebellion of the 70s to the reflective introspection of his later solo work. Critics are already hailing the release as a landmark moment in music history. Some are comparing it to Dylan's bootleg series or Prince's posthumous vault recordings, noting that this drop could redefine how legacy artists approach their archives. Instead of trickling out content for profit, this was an all in, no holds barred gift to the fans, a testament to the artist's continued passion and unrelenting creativity. Behind the scenes, the process was anything but easy. Many of the tapes were stored in less than ideal conditions, requiring extensive restoration. In some cases, missing elements had to be reconstructed digitally from early takes or guided by handwritten studio notes. The team reportedly sifted through hundreds of hours of material, carefully curating what they believed best reflected the artist's evolution, honesty, and raw musical power. There's already talk of a follow up documentary chronicling the making of the collection, including interviews with former bandmates, producers, and the legend himself. Streaming platforms are said to be circling, eager to secure exclusive rights. Fans are equally hopeful for vinyl editions and deluxe box sets that would allow them to hold this history in their hands. But at the heart of this release is not just a sense of nostalgia, it's the proof that the fire never went out. Even at 75, the voice still carries that unmistakable edge. The lyrics still cut through with sharp emotional clarity, and the instrumentation, whether stripped back or full throttle, feels as vital now as it did half a century ago. One music historian summed it up perfectly in an overnight review. This isn't just a release, it's a resurrection. It's the sound of a legend refusing to fade into silence. And more than anything, it's a reminder that the story of rock and roll is far from over. Already, fans are dissecting the lyrics, piecing together the timelines, and speculating about hidden meanings. Some claim certain songs reference feuds or reconciliations that were never publicly acknowledged. Others are calling it a love letter to an era, one that the artist helped define, and one that clearly still lives in his bones. Whether you're a die-hard fan or a newcomer curious about the legacy, one thing is certain: this release is a rare moment in modern music.